And we are live. Welcome back to Takes by Fans. We got a great show for you today. As always, we are live every single day at noon Eastern. If you want to watch live, head over to twitch.tv/takesbyfans. If you want to watch but not live, head over to our YouTube channel, Takes by Fans. We post all of our shows and clips of the show there on a daily basis. And if you just want to listen, we are on podcasting apps, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, iHeartRadio. So however you want to watch or listen, we've got you covered multiple ways. Alrighty, today's a big old Friday. We are back live at noon Eastern. It feels so good to be back, folks. Woof! So today we make our official Week 8 picks. We just predicted and reacted to the Week 8 lines last night during our primetime special show. And we were finding some absolutely great value, folks. And one value that we absolutely loved last night got bumped up a full extra point. Sheesh. We're going to be locking that in today. We've already locked it in, but we'll lock it in again today on the show. It's some great value, folks. This is some great value, and I cannot wait. So we'll unveil all of our Week 8 picks, our 6 picks that we do every single week. We got to talk about the game last night. What a game. Holy moly. Cardinals get handed their first loss. Truly unfortunate. We all know the last play. Kyler Murray throwing to A.J. Green, who's not even looking killer. And they lose the game because of that. Packers bailed out because of A.J. Green. And we've been praising A.J. Green all season long. And truly disappointing there. So we'll break down that game as well. But we got to do our NBA 10. We haven't been able to do this for the last 2 days, but we're right back at it talking about the NBA. So, packed show. Let's just jump right into it with our NBA 10. The next 10 minutes uninterrupted basketball talk of what just happened yesterday in the NBA. So, let's start the clock. And then we've got 10 interrupted minutes. So here we go. Our NBA 10 starts now. Alrighty. What a pretty solid day in the NBA from last night. So let's start off with this first matchup here. Pistons at the 76ers. And, when we talk about the 76ers, we all know Joel Embiid is going to get his every single night. And last night was no different. Joel Embiid, 30 points, 18 rebounds. Sheesh. And then sprinkling 3 assists and 1 steal. In with that as well for a great performance that, leads them over not great Pistons team. This Pistons team doesn't have anybody good on it. Seth Curry, a little bit of a lighter scoring pace, but still got it done. 12 points in 31 minutes, a plus 17 on the floor. Good defensive outing for Seth Curry here. So once again, Seth Curry truly, really stepping into his own. Last season, he was real solid for this 76ers team, but he is continuing to getting better and better and better here, and is trying to, rival for kind of the third option, because Danny Green back to, his classic Danny Green games out here. 0 points on 0 of 5 from 3, didn't score all game long in 29 minutes on the floor. Classic Danny Green. He's got some good defense, a plus 19 on the floor, the best plus minus, tied with Tyrese Maxey, the guard out here, who once again is growing into his own here. Only second year with the 76ers team, and he's the starting point guard because of no Ben Simmons, and he's still playing immaculate here, folks. I'm truly loving what this 76ers team is all about, and do I dare say they're looking a little better without Ben Simmons? Is that blasphemous to say? I'm loving what we're getting out of Tyrese Maxey. And we're only, 5 games into the season for most of these teams, and Tyrese Maxey is, already good. It's this is going to be a great team 2 weeks, a month, 2 months, 4 months down the road, once we're starting to kind of talk about playoffs and all that. Watch out for Tyrese Maxey, folks. He had 16 points, 6 assists, 6 rebounds. He shot 75%, 2 of 2 from the 3, and he was a plus 19. Like we said, that was the highest plus minus on the floor. Danny Green and Tyrese Maxey both plus 19 on the floor. Absolutely fantastic. And then some solid bench performances. We got Georges Niang, 8 points. Matisse Thybulle, 5 points. And then Shake Milton, 13 points. So we've got a great starting lineup. Tobias Harris, Joel Embiid, Seth Curry, Tyrese Maxey, Danny Green. And then we've got kind of 2, 3, 4 solid bench pieces out here. Truly watch out for the 76ers team. They do they dare come out of the East? It's going to be tough with the Bucks, but they may be able to go toe-to-toe with them this season because Chris Middleton was absolutely spectacular for some stretches last year in the playoffs and in the finals. That's why the Bucks were able to win the championship. But, we'll see if Chris Middleton steps up in that kind of hero role heading into the playoffs. But this 76ers team, I think they've got a real great chance this season. We'll see how they progress. And then for this Pistons team, once again, what are we doing here? There's nothing good. Sadiq Bey, 19 points, led the team in scoring. Obviously, we're not relying on anybody else. Maybe Jeremy Grant, obviously, Jeremy Grant, Sadiq Bey, probably their two best players. Sadiq Bey, growing into his own here. But Jeremy Grant, 14 points, 6 rebounds, 3 assists, 4 steals. Solid production, but everybody else is just not that great. Their other starters, Josh Jackson, only 7 points on 33% shooting. Their center, Isaiah Stewart, 4 points, 3 rebounds, and then Killian Hayes, 9 points on 36% shooting. That's all their other starters. We know they can't get it done. Kelly Olynyk's coming off the bench in only 25 minutes and putting up 14 points, the second leading scorer for this squad. So Pistons will piston. Blake Griffin got out of there. Unfortunately, everybody else can't. It's really unfortunate. So 76ers get the nice 110-102 win over the Pistons last night. Alrighty, next game up here is the Hawks at the Wizards, and the Wizards win this one 122-111. A nice 11-point win here for this Wizards team. Who was pooping for this Wizards team that they were able to beat that Hawks team? Well, let's tell you, we got Montrezl Harrell in the starting lineup. I think I love it. A plus 16 on the floor. Montrezl Harrell, 25 points, 13 rebounds. Oh my God, now we're talking. Get that man in the starting lineup. I'm loving it. I want to say this is kind of like his first start out here for Washington, and I think I could get behind this kind of squad right here. This is what they rocked with for their starters last night. Aaron Holiday at the 1, Bradley Beal at the 2, KCP at the 3, Kyle Kuzma at the 4, and Montrezl Harrell at the 5, and they all got it done. Look at these numbers right here. Bradley Beal, 27 points, 8 assists, 8 rebounds. Montrezl Harrell, like we said, 25 points, 13 rebounds. Kyle Kuzma, 21 points, 8 rebounds. And then KCP, 21 points, 8 rebounds. I mean, that's absolutely fantastic. Then you got Aaron Holiday playing the 1, 7 points, 4 assists. He was still a plus 9 on the floor. They didn't need him to score. Everybody else was getting theirs. And then we have Davis Bertans only playing 18 minutes off the bench and putting up another 10 points. Real solid work here with this Washington Wizards team. We'll see if this is going to be the starting lineup that they rock with. We loved Montrezl Harrell last season for the Lakers. Obviously, coming off the bench because of AD and LeBron James, he can't really get in that starting lineup here. But now with this Wizards team, he's kind of cleared to play the number 5 out here, and he absolutely excelled last night. So we'll see if Montrezl Harrell can keep up this level of play. We really hope he can, and we'll see if Bradley Beal, the big three of Bradley Beal, Montrezl Harrell, and Kyle Kuzma, can get it done and be competitive and maybe vie for a playoff spot, decent playoff spot, like a 4, 5, 6 seed as we progress, throughout the season. But I'm loving what we got here, and I want to see more of it. So well done for the Wizards of getting the win. And then on the other side, the Atlanta Hawks, Trae Young, only 15 points. He had 13 assists. A little bit of a lackluster scoring night, but, he can still facilitate the floor like we know he can. Bogdan Bogdanovic, 14 points. John Collins put up 28 points. Clint Capella, 11 points, 4 rebounds, a minus 10 on the floor. Maybe got a little bitched a little bit by Montrezl Harrell down there. And then DeAndre Hunter playing the 3, 10 points, 4 rebounds. A minus 6 on the floor. But, Cam Reddish coming off the bench, 20 points. Unfortunately, still a minus 4 on the floor. So the defense here by this Washington Wizards team was able to clamp up the Hawks for a little bit. And that was the game. They also made 13 threes, the Wizards did, while the Hawks only made 6. 3-point shooting, obviously, changes the tide in the NBA. Obviously, in today's NBA as well. So unfortunate loss here for the Hawks. I don't think we take it as too concerning. We believe they can, still get there, folks, but a huge, great win for Washington. We'll see if this Washington team is legit and are going to be legit contenders, but I loved what we saw last night from them. Alrighty, next game up here is the Knicks at the Bulls, and the Bulls lose their first game here by 1 point because of a Last second missed shot here by DeMar DeRozan. It is 104-103. Knicks up one with 4 seconds left. DeMar DeRozan gets the inbound and he jumper, and it's an air ball. How do you airball a game-winning shot? Come on, DeMar DeRozan. You're the 4th option on this Bulls team. We've got Lonzo Ball, Zach LaVine, Vucevic, and then it's really kind of you a little bit. Maybe you put Lonzo Ball as the 4th option, whatever you want to call it. But DeMar DeRozan, chance for a big shot, and he misses, and he airballs. It makes it even worse out there. All right, unfortunate. But here we go. Lonzo Ball, only 6 points, 4 assists, 6 rebounds. This is why LaMelo Ball is better than Lonzo Ball, and that's no disrespect to Lonzo Ball. He's really kind of fitting in here perfectly. Really found his kind of true fit here for the Chicago Bulls. But, LaMelo Ball doesn't really have these lackluster games overall. 6 points, 4 assists, 6 rebounds. So really not the greatest. Lonzo Ball, 1 of 6 from 3. Just LaMelo's a better passer, a little bit of a better shooter. I think I'd take LaMelo Ball over Lonzo Ball, and I think every category. LaMelo Ball is really special out here. Zach LaVine, 25 points, 6 rebounds, doing what he does. Vucevic down low, 22 points, 8 rebounds. DeMar DeRozan, 20 points, 5 assists, 3 rebounds. Just unfortunately missed that game-winning shot. And then Patrick Williams at the 4, only 6 points and 2 rebounds on 5 shots. Off the bench here, Alex Caruso, 10 points on 40% from the field. He had 6 assists as well, 32 minutes off the bench. But then all their other bench pieces aren't the greatest. So this is kind of where the Bulls are going to struggle this season with their bench play. Having Alex Caruso as your best bench player, I don't think that's going to be enough to kind of win a chip or even be competitive for a chip. And then once again, Derrick Jones Jr. is not playing and on just the coach's decision. So it's not like he's injured or anything like that. They're just not playing him, and that is absolutely insane to us still. Can you all please get Derrick Jones Jr. in the second lineup, please? Jeez, let Alex Caruso kind of facilitate the floor for Derrick Jones Jr. out there. Dang it. So a 1-point loss for this Bulls team. And then we got the Knicks. RJ Barrett, 20 points. Julius Randle, 13 points, 16 rebounds, 9 assists. He was 7 of 10 from the free throw line, and he missed back-to-back free throws real late in the game that would have made a 1-point lead, a 3-point lead for DeMar DeRozan's final shot. Unfortunately, Julius Randle misses both of those and keeps it a 1-point game. Outcome of the game is still the same regardless of how it ever worked out. And that is our 10 minutes for our NBA 10, but we've got to keep on going here. Kemba Walker still in the starting lineup here. 21 points. He had a really great showing. 5 of 6 from the 3, 58% from the field. 21 points, like we said, 2 assists, 4 rebounds. Derrick Rose playing less minutes. We've kind of seen Derrick Rose play more minutes than Kemba Walker here these last 2 games, but Derrick Rose only 18 minutes, 12 points, 4 rebounds off the bench, still getting it done with this kind of second squad. Alec Burks only 6 points. Taj Gibson with only 6 points. So we saw a little bit of a lackluster compared to what we seen this Knicks bench do, and they were a little lackluster last night overall, and that's why they come up just a little short over this Bulls. They won the game. I take that back. What do we got? Evan Fournier, 10 points. Once again, a little lackluster game by him, but really Kemba and Julius Randle and RJ Barrett were there to help solidify this win for this Knicks team. So Knicks, they're finding ways to win. This is not kind of the most star-studded team. Evan Fournier, Julius Randle, Kemba Walker are all kind of showing out in kind of games, individual games. We've seen Evan Fournier go for like 28 plus points on a couple of games here. Really great from the 3, but they're all coming together and finding ways to win games. So they win the close one, hold defensively, force an air ball by DeMar DeRozan, and they end up with the win. All right, next game up, Jazz at the Rockets. Jazz win 122-91, a big old win here for the Jazz. Expected, obviously. This Rockets team, once again, nothing great. Christian Wood's their best player. He had 16 points and is still a minus 12 on the floor. Daniel Tice is still playing the 5. I don't play Daniel Tice, but there's nobody to play for this Rockets team, so you got to put Daniel Tice at the starting 5, I guess. Kevin Porter Jr., only 5 points. He only took 3 shots all night, so once again, lackluster Rockets team. No buyability, no bettability in this Rockets team, or even close to that. And then the Jazz just doing what the Jazz do. Donovan Mitchell, 15 points. Mike Conley, a little lackluster game, but still got it done. 6 points, 4 assists. Bojan Bogdanovic, 19 points, led the team in scoring. Rudy Gobert down low, classic Rudy Gobert game, 16 points, 14 rebounds, and then this bench scoring was absolutely fantastic. 4 players in 10-plus points, and I'm loving this Jazz bench of Joe Ingles, Hassan Whiteside, a great pickup right here. Obviously, they still have Jordan Clarkson, and Eric Paschal is really stepping up for this team this season. Joe Ingles, 14 points off the bench. Hassan Whiteside, 10.6 rebounds off the bench. Jordan Clarkson, 16 points off the bench on 3 of 11 from the 3. Let's rein that in. We know he loves to kind of air out the ball. I mean, the man had 16 shots in only 23 minutes, and he had the most shots of the game right here. And just look at this even kind of minutes playing time. I knew they kind of blew out the Rockets, so you're going to give your bench more time to play, but this is great experience for them to kind of come collectively off the bench together and work out, because I really think Jordan Clarkson, Hassan Whiteside, and Joe Ingles, that's a really good kind of big 3 for the bench squad. So this Jazz team, they're obviously deeper than what they were last year. Hopefully everybody can stay healthy as they head into the playoffs, because this Jazz team, everybody here is true ballers on this team. They're starting 5, Mike Conley, Donovan Mitchell, Rudy Gobert, Royce O'Neal, Bogdanovich. It's absolutely fantastic out here. So we'll see if they can stay healthy and keep it going as the season progresses. All right, last 2 games here. Let's finish them up quickly. Spurs at Mavericks. Mavericks win by 5, 104-99 over the Spurs. Luka Doncic goes off like Luka Doncic does here for this Mavericks team. 25 points, 5 assists, 3 rebounds. No Kristaps Porzingis in this game, and they win. Coincidence? Correlation? Yeah, probably. Tim Hardaway Jr. once again struggling a little early on in this season, where we had him kind of a 6-man candidate for, a huge stretch of the season last year, but still in the starting lineup here. 6 points, a minus 23 on the floor, and a 5-point win. 2 of 8 from the field. Yikes. Dwight Powell playing the 5, 11 points, 3 rebounds. Dorian Finney-Smith sliding at the 4 in replace of Porzingis, 14 points. It was really just kind of Luka Doncic able to get it done, and then Jalen Brunson off the bench with 19 points, 5 assists, and 7 rebounds, a plus 21 on the floor. Jeez Louise. So Mavericks without Porzingis get the win, and the Spurs with no real big superstars as of quite yet. DeJounte Murray, Derek White could potentially grow into maybe superstars, but we're not even close to there yet. DeJounte Murray, real solid night, 23 points, 10 rebounds, 8 assists, a plus 16 on the floor. Unfortunately, come up just a little bit short. And then the last game of the night, the Grizzlies at the Warriors, and Ja Morant. Sheesh, what a great performance by him. And the Grizzlies get the 3-point win, 104-101. So we get Ja Morant right here. In overtime, Grizzlies up 1 with a minute left. Ja Morant drives to the lane. Oh, look at that nice little hezzy. Gets around an easy spin layup right there to make it a 3-point game. Then we get Steph Curry on the very next possession right here, trying to tie it up like Steph Curry knows he can do right here. And it's just going to be a little bit of a step back 3. Unfortunately, does not fall. And that's really it. Everybody's missing after that. So Steph Curry had the chance to tie up the game. Unfortunately, did not hit it. And that's why they lose. So well done to Ja Morant right there to make it a 3-point game. Morant with 30 points, 7 rebounds, 5 assists, 4 steals. An absolutely great game by him. Unfortunately, didn't shoot the 3 well, 2 of 8 from the 3, but he had kind of the game-winning bucket. Got to give him credit. Steven Adams still out here at the 5, loving what he's doing. 12.7 rebounds, 2 assists, 2 steals, 1 block. What do we got? DeAnthony Melton, only 7 points, but I mean, look at this stat sheet stuffing right here. DeAnthony Melton didn't shoot well, 1 of 6 from 3, 30% on 10 shots from the field, but 7 points, 6 rebounds, 3 assists, 4 steals, 3 blocks. I mean, sheesh, doing it all, and he was a +1 on the floor, so very well done. So they're able to get the win there. Over on the Warrior side, Andrew Wiggins still solid, 16 points, 4 rebounds, a +0 on the floor. Draymond Green, 4 points, 12 rebounds, 7 assists, 3 steals, 5 blocks. Stat sheet stuffing as well out here, a +3 on the floor. And then Steph Curry, a +12 on the floor, 36 points, 8 assists, 7 rebounds. And the man took 23s. He took 23, 7 of 20 from 3. If there's anybody taking 23s a game, it's Steph Curry and Buddy Hield. That's really it, and Steph Curry definitely deserves to do it. Buddy Hield a little spotty on some threes some nights, but he loves to jack him up, and we've got no problem with it. So just an unfortunate loss right here. Seth Curry could not be that classic torch, that classic clutchness that we've seen time and time again. And the Grizzlies get the 3-point win, winning 104-101. Alright, so that was the NBA from last night, folks. Some real solid performances. We got anything great on tap tonight? We got Magic at Raptors, meh. We got Pacers at Nets, Pacers, meh. We got Hornets Heat. This should be a great one. Both teams really rolling here, and we get to see LaMelo Ball. Oh, yes, give us that, absolutely. So that's going to be a great game, and it's on 7:30 on ESPN. See, ESPN knows what good games are. Then we get the Kings at the Pelicans. We'll see if they do anything with Buddy Hield. We get Mavericks at Nuggets, and then Clippers at Blazers, Cavs at Lakers. So Mavericks, Nuggets, the late game. We got a doubleheader tonight on ESPN at 10 o'clock. So probably the best game going to be Hornets Heat. Going to be a great one. We'll see what the Mavericks can do on a back-to-back. Alrighty, let's head over to the NFL and break down what we saw yesterday, or last night, I should say. Packers at Cardinals, and it's coming down to the wire. A great game all around it, and the Packers end up squeezing it out and winning 24-21. Now, unfortunately, we all know how this game ended. A.J. Green not looking back at the ball, miscommunication, not on the same page with Kyler Murray, doesn't even look back to the ball, and that's an easy interception for the Packers corner, and that's an easy win for the Packers as the Cardinals were driving, looking for the touchdown to win. They were already in field goal position to tie it to go into overtime, but then the interception comes. Truly unfortunate, and it comes off of Matt LaFleur and Aaron Rodgers not being able to get it done in the red zone right there. We get a nice long drive here, but Aaron Rodgers on 4th and goal from the 1-yard line, they want to go for it. It gets batted. The pass gets batted. It's incomplete. And then the Cardinals take over. Still only a 3-point game with 3 minutes left. And they go 95 yards. And that's when the interception happens. So this Packers team got bailed out a little bit. And, you know, I want to really, when we talk about this game, I really want to focus on the Cardinals red zone defense. We got 4 separate instances queued up here when we're going to watch some tape of this Cardinals defense getting it done in the red zone, because they make you work for every yard and every point that you really want to score in the red zone. And we'll see what they kind of rank all around red zone wise, percentage touchdown, and how many field goals they give up compared to the rest of the league. I want to get to that. But back to, you know, this kind of play call here in the fourth quarter when the Packers are already up 3 points and, you know, you can't get it done. You've been kind of getting a little bodied in the red zone. Yes, they were able to score 2 touchdowns in the red zone, but they also came with a field goal drive stall in the red zone and then a turnover on downs in the red zone like we see right here. So Matt LaFleur maybe getting a little too aggressive. You would probably say that Aaron Rodgers definitely influenced this decision going back to last season, you know, against the Buccaneers in the NFC Championship game where they kick a field goal and Aaron Rodgers was like, hey, why didn't you give me the ball? And then we know he goes on to Jeopardy and airs out that grievance as well. So once again, we get this kind of conflicting sides right here. Aaron Rodgers like, hey, no. If I'm in the red zone, we're going to go for it kind of all 4 times. And then you got kind of Matt LaFleur kind of being like, hey, well, we still need to win this game. He's the head coach, have to kind of keep everybody in check. So we've got, once again, these 2 dueling sides right here. You kick a field goal and you probably hit it. I mean, you're going to kick it would probably be like a 20-yard field goal. I mean, this is going to be easy peasy. Definitely surefire. And then you force the Cardinals to go down and score a touchdown. Yes, the interception, you know, was unfortunately bad. It wasn't on Kyler Murray. It was really kind of all on A.J. Green. He kind of single-handedly lost them the game. But, I mean, right here at the time of the play, it's 2nd and goal from the Green Bay 5 with 15 seconds left. So if they don't get that, then they go and kick the field goal for the game to go into overtime. But if Matt LaFleur kicked the field goal instead of going for it on 4th and goal from the 1-yard line, then, you know, you make the Cardinals drive the entire length of the field. So Matt LaFleur, maybe not the right decision. I'm really interested to see kind of how much Aaron Rodgers was kind of in Matt LaFleur's ear, because it was a passing play as well that did not go. Ball gets batted up in the air. Once again, great job by the Cardinals defense. So overall, the Packers escape with a 3-point win that kind of really was a little bit of a bailout, but let's not kind of focus in on that 100%. We will get back to that. But let's kind of go over some stats and all this. But once again, this Packers team, Aaron Rodgers said, hey, this is a scrappy team, and they truly were scrappy last night. I mean, no Devontae Adams, no Marquez Valdez-Scantling, and no, who was the third? Alan Lazard. No big three receivers here for this Packers team, and they still were kind of moving the ball decently. They were able to still get 24 points. They were able to still kind of have the lead for the majority of the game. 7-7 game at the end of the first quarter. Then they go up 10-7. Then they go up 17-7. Then the Cardinals start to come back 17-14. And then the Packers go up 10 again, 24-14. Cardinals make it 24-21, so Cardinals really kind of playing from behind this entire game because the Packers were able to kind of scrap and scheme, and they've got a great genius head coach and kind of play caller in Matt LaFleur, and then you got a great quarterback on the field. So yeah, they're scrappy, they're finding ways to win with no players, with no superstar wide receivers to kind of carry the bulk of the work. I mean, we just saw like 2-3 games ago where Devontae Adams had 200 yards receiving, folks. I mean, Aaron Rodgers truly relies on Devontae Adams, and why would you not? I mean, he's your A1 tier 1 weapon. He's absolutely fantastic. Once again, utilize your weapons, please. We're seeing all these teams not utilizing their weapons. Utilize your weapons. Aaron Rodgers does, and why would you not want to be like Aaron Rodgers? So, utilize the weapons. So, yeah, very well done with this Packers team and Aaron Rodgers scrapping their way to a win here. Aaron Rodgers goes 22 of 37. 22 of 37, which is only 59% completion percentage, 184 yards on 22 completions. Had to dink and dunk his way, and we're not going to kind of, judge him for that because of who he was having to kind of work with at his disposal. 2 touchdowns, fantastic, getting it done in the red zone. Unfortunately, also didn't get it done in the red zone, and that's what we're going to talk about when we get to that. This Cardinals red zone defense, really kind of want to hone in on that a little bit. But we'll get to that. 2 touchdowns, no interceptions. Real solid work here by Aaron Rodgers. The running game really kind of took off as well right here, and this was genius by Matt LaFleur to kind of call. We got 16 carries for A.J. Dillon, 15 carries for Aaron Jones, so about 30 rushes in total here. Fantastic, mixing up the run and the pass, exactly what you should have been doing because you didn't have your main 3 receivers. So once again, Matt LaFleur, great head coach out here, and I don't think I like the tweet, unfortunately, but there is a stat going around where Matt LaFleur has the best record over a head coach's first 40 games. I think he's like 33-7 over his first 40 starts, which is the best in NFL history, folks. So obviously got to give Matt LaFleur credit. Yes, Matt LaFleur does have Aaron Rodgers, but you still got to kind of scheme and work your way. I mean, we're seeing this Packers team win close and tight literally every single game this season. They have had no real big blowout win right here. It's just a scrappy team, and once again they were scrapping all night last night as well. So shout out huge to Matt LaFleur for some good play calling. I don't know, I mean, it's tough right here. Going back to kind of this turnover on down situation when they're up 3 with about 3 minutes and 50 seconds left. You kick the field goal, you go up by 6 points. They need a touchdown. Don't settle for a field goal. It's not going to go into overtime if they kick a field goal and all that. So Matt LaFleur tries to be aggressive right here, and this is kind of the only thing we have a little bit of hesitation on buying into this Packers team. We're going to buy into them a little bit more, because of their performance last night. It's a real good performance with no weapons. But, not getting it done in the red zone, kind of struggling in the red zone. And, like I said, the Cardinals making them work in the red zone. It's not like the Packers only had like one play in the red zone and then they scored a touchdown on first and, goal from the 15-yard line. No. We're getting like third downs again and fourth downs and having to overcome all of that. So, we get this Packers team last season. That was kind of their big hiccup, not getting it done in the red zone in the NFC Championship game. And once again, they kind of struggled here in the big moment that once again should have resulted into a Packers loss. Unfortunately, the A.J. Green thing. So we will give the credit to the Packers for winning this game and looking good. But then we also have to have this that, they really shouldn't have probably won this game. A.J. Green, if you turn around for that ball, maybe he doesn't catch it. it, but then we get another chance at it on the next play, and if that doesn't work, then we get kind of an overtime potential, and we'd see what happens there. So we'll still give the Packers the credit. We're not saying we're not going to give them the credit that they deserve for winning the game and looking scrappy and winning how they did with all those big pieces, but we're also not going to sell the Cardinals. Everybody's kind of selling this Cardinals team now. People are saying that Kyler Murray's MVP performance was shattered in this game, and I don't necessarily agree with that. The 2 interceptions that he threw were both not on him. One off the hands of Rondale Moore, I believe, which is truly unfortunate because Rondale Moore has been having a true great start to this season. And it just bounces off of his hands, and it goes for an interception, and then the second interception, the game-winning one for the Packers. A.J. Green not on the same page there. All right, let's go back to these Packer stats quickly. Back to the rushing stats, and then we'll talk about the Cardinals. A.J. Dillon, 16 carries for 78 yards. Aaron Jones, 15 carries for 59 yards and a touchdown. Great running back by committee here for the Packers and truly doing their part without all those receivers. So shout out to this Packers team. They're just all sound. This is a real sound offense. They don't get too high. They don't get too low. They're always in the games, and when they're kind of in these close games, you always feel like, yeah, this team is going to kind of get it done on this drive. We've seen this for the first 8 weeks. They have never blown out a team, but they're always in it, and they're scrappy, folks, and we just saw the scrappiness last night as well. So this Packers team, they will be rising in our power rankings. Where do we have them currently? We have them at... We don't even have the Packers in our top 10. Is that right? Oh, no, number 10 right there. So, yeah, we can definitely move them up this week. We update our power rankings on Tuesday show, so come back and we will update that later. So, yeah, very well done by the running game here. And then who was Aaron Rodgers throwing to because he didn't have his first 3 options out there? We get Aaron Jones, their running back, leading receiver, 7 receptions for 51 yards. Robert Tonyan, their tight end, 3 catches for 49 yards. Then we got finally a wide receiver, Juwan Winfrey, 4 catches, 30 yards. Josiah Deguara, 2 catches, 20 yards. Randall Cobb, 3 catches, 15 yards, 2 touchdowns, going to all reliable in the red zone right there. That's why you signed him. Bingo, bango. And then Aquen Mias St. Brown, 2 catches, 12 yards. So Aaron Rodgers, not weapons to work with, but he made it work, got it done, and that's what we expect from this scrappy Packers team. It's not all kind of shine and blowouts and anything like that. It's, scrappiness, winning close, making the plays when they need to, and that's absolutely fantastic. All right, now let's talk about this Cardinals team. Kyler Murray, a real great game played. Unfortunate, those 2 interceptions. But like we said, really none of them are his fault. Maybe if you want to say the kind of setup screen to Rondale Moore was a little high, maybe we can say that about the first interception. Let me make sure it was to Rondale Moore. I believe it was. Yeah, Rondale Moore. Maybe it was a little too high. It did kind of go off the fingertips a little bit, but it still should have been caught. And even if it wasn't caught, it shouldn't have bounced the way it did for just an easy pick grab right there. So Kyler Murray got the short end of the stick last night. His receiver is not doing him justice. And how about that? His receivers that are kind of A.J. Green, the number 2 option, weren't doing him justice, but kind of the number 4, 5, 6 option there for the Packers were getting it done and helping Aaron Rodgers a little bit. So truly unfortunate there. We had the big throw to Kyler Murray had the big throw to DeAndre Hopkins. DeAndre Hopkins didn't let him down. A.J. Green, truly disappointing last night. But back to Kyler Murray. He goes 22 of 33, which is 66% completion percentage, 274 yards, was not dinking and dunking, truly airing it out. 0 touchdowns, 2 interceptions like we know. And then the running game, obviously not as good as the Packers, and they kind of got away from the running game kind of at the end of the game a little bit. But in the beginning, this kind of running game was looking real good. Chase Edmonds, 7 carries, 30 yards. He scored a touchdown. James Conner, 5 carries, 22 yards. He scored 2 touchdowns. So rushing in the red zone there, beating the Packers. And then who was Kyler Murray throwing to? We had DeAndre Hopkins, 2 catches for 66 yards, the one that went big down the sideline. And then unfortunately had a little bit of a hamstring cramp and really couldn't go for really the rest of the game. Truly unfortunate there, but a huge impact difference maker. And then A.J. Green needed to step up, and he just didn't. Big unfortunate here and big letdown. A.J. Green, 5 catches, 50 yards. Christian Kirk, 4 catches, 46 yards. Zach Ertz still getting it done out here, 4 catches, 42 yards. Chase Edmonds, 3 catches, 39 yards. yards, and then Rondale Moore, 3 catches for 24 yards. So Kyler Murray spreading the ball around, hitting all of his targets, great completion percentage, and unfortunately, and look at this drive right here. Let's go to this last drive right here, right before the pick. Let's just kind of talk through this drive right here. So they start at their own 1-yard line, folks, with 3.5 minutes left to go, and they need a field goal to score and a touchdown to win. Let's just read what they did on this drive. A run for no gain, a pass incomplete, sets up a 3rd and 10, and then Kyler Murray deep to A.J. Green. So A.J. Green was getting it done on this drive, and then you just go and flounder. You had the miscommunication. You're not even looking back at the ball. You had no timeouts. Why would you even imagine it would be a running play in the red zone with no timeouts and 15 seconds left? I mean, you're not going to be able to get to the line and spike the ball most likely. So it's just mind-boggling. A brain fart, a brain fog by A.J. Green cost them the game. How unfortunate. But he hit him earlier in the drive on 3rd and 10, 23 yards to pick up the first down. And then he goes back to Christian Kirk for 29 yards right after that play. And now we're at 1st and 10 from the Green Bay 47-yard line at the 2-minute warning. A 9-yard pass, a 6-yard pass, a run for no gain, a 22-yard pass to Edmonds. Sets him up at the 18-yard line, and a 9-yard run by Kyler Murray, and then a 1-yard run by Kyler Murray, and then a 3-yard run by Chase Edmonds. Sets up a 2nd and goal at the Green Bay 5 with 15 seconds left. No timeouts, but you've got 2 opportunities. A shot, and then you kick the field goal, but they only get 1 shot because A.J. Green doesn't turn around, and it's an easy interception there by Douglas to seal the game. And then the wave by, the ultimate disrespect, but that's the disrespect that we love. Goodbye. Y'all thought y'all had it. Y'all thought you were driving on us, but goodbye. I got the ball. Oh, shucks. I got the ball in your stadium. And that means y'all lose. That means y'all have your first loss of the season. And that means goodbye to your undefeated season. Very well done to Douglas right there for the ultimate disrespect right there. Fantastic. Alrighty, so we broke down all kind of the stats, and I really want to just kind of take a look at the red zone defense here by the Arizona Cardinals, because it is really good here, folks. And yes, they did give up 2 touchdowns, but they made the Packers work for them. It's hard to stop somebody for 1 play in the red zone, let alone 4 plays when they're constantly going for it on 4th down, and when you're forcing that kind of 3rd attempt right there, it's hard to get it done in the red zone. But this Cardinals team is showing real great defense in the red zone. So this is really why we're not selling the Cardinals at all on this kind of loss. We may have to move them down, and we are still going to raise the Packers in our power rankings. We'll see if the Cardinals are still our number 1 team come Tuesday. We got to definitely see what we see on Sunday when everybody else plays. But we can't sell this Cardinals team too much. Let's not sell this team and start kind of saying, okay, now this Cardinals team is not good anymore. They shouldn't have won. Kyler Murray was still playing flawless, really kind of football all night. No DeAndre Hopkins. The 2 interceptions that shouldn't have been interceptions. And then the red zone defense making the Packers work for it. So here we go. Arizona's defense. I don't think this has updated for last night's game. So I think this is the numbers coming into last night. And the numbers from last night kind of match up perfectly of what they've been doing all season. So classic, averages are averages for a reason. And we saw kind of the average play out live in a 1-game setting. So Arizona, they have been in the red zone defensively 18 times this season. So opponents have been in the red zone 18 times against this Arizona defense. And they've only given up a touchdown on 55%. So on 18 trips, about 9, right? And about 9. I think we actually have to round it up to 10 for the 55%. But either way, 55% result in a touchdown. And the others, only 2 given up field goals. So we have 18 trips, we got about 10 touchdowns and 2 field goals. So out of 18 trips, they've only scored points on 12 of those drives. So 6 other drives got no points, whether it was teams going for it on 4th down like we just saw last night, or missing a field goal, blocking a field goal, or all of that. So these are some great numbers right here. And when we look at where they compare to the rest of the NFL, everybody else is really above kind of 60% opponent touchdown percentage allowance in the red zone. We got who's below Arizona. We got Baltimore, 50% touchdown rate in the red zone on 18 trips, but they gave up 4 field goals, so more scoring there by Baltimore red zone defense. Then we have a 47% by Buffalo on 17 red zone trips, but they've also given up 3 field goals, so kind of on the same scoring pace. We get Chicago's defense, 45% allowance of touchdowns in the red zone on 20 trips, but they've also given up 5 field goals as well, so they're giving up more points overall. We get Cincinnati's defense, 52%, but they gave up on 19 red zone trips, but they gave up 7 field goals. We get Denver's defense, 54%, but only on 11 trips in the red zone. That's real good defense right there, not allowing the teams in the red zone in the first place. But they've also got 4 losses, so does it really matter at the end? They give up the big plays. And they also gave up 3 field goals. What else do we got that's below what this Cardinals team is doing? We get the Rams at 52% on 21 trips, but then they give up 7 field goals. Then we get to New England's defense, 47% on 19 trips in the red zone, but then also give up 8 field goals. Then we get the New Orleans Saints defense, 35% red zone giving up in touchdowns given up in the red zone on only 14 trips, but then 6 field goals. We get the Jets defense, only give up 42% touchdown percent in the red zone on 21 trips, but give up 10 field goals. So, I mean, what we're seeing here, folks, is that this Cardinals defense does really not allow you to score touchdowns. And then when you if you don't score a touchdown, you're not really getting any points out here. So I just want to focus on this Cardinals red zone defense, making the opposing offense work for it in the red zone here. So we've got 4 separate instances queued up here. And these kind of numbers that we just read just kind of stack up exactly what we saw. 4 times in the red zone right here for the Packers. 2 result in a touchdown, 1 result in no points, and 1 result in a field goal. I mean, that's literally all the numbers that we just saw right here in this individual game. So they do this. This is what they do. This is what this Cardinals defense is all about here. So let's cue it up on this first one we got to take a look at here. We get 1st and goal. This is their field goal one that they have to settle for a field goal in. So here we go. It's 7-7 game here. Packers at the 3-yard line, and it's 1st and goal. Once again, making them work for it. Here we go. First play up. Aaron Rodgers under center, and this is in the second quarter, 6 minutes left, tie game. Here we go. Play action pass. Aaron Rodgers flings it, and I love this play. This is such a great play here by Aaron Rodgers in this Packers team. Once again, this is a great quarterback you're going against in the red zone right here, and you're still making them work for it. Once again, why we can still buy this Cardinals team, defense, all of that heading into next week, even though they lost this game. So Aaron Rodgers tries to fling this ball to Mercedes Lewis, the tight end, in the end zone. And what a one-handed snag here by Mercedes Lewis. Unfortunately, did not get that second foot inbound, so it is resulted into an incomplete pass. But can we shout out Mercedes Lewis for a half a second right here? I mean, the OG tight ends in this league. I mean, we already put Mercedes Lewis on our tight end big board of kind of NFL grades every single week. Mercedes Lewis has already had a good grade for getting it done. I mean, this man, is old, aging out of this league. I don't want to call him old as heck. Let's call him aging out of this league a little bit. And he almost had a huge, great snag. But once again, compliment this Cardinals defense, not allowing really anything else open. And yeah, this may have looked open, but they kind of forced him in the back of the end zone. This is Mercedes Lewis. It's not like he's a Kyle Pitts or a Darren Waller or a Travis Kelce or George Kittle. He's still solid. We're not disrespecting Mercedes Lewis here, but well done by the Cardinals defense to kind of know where everybody is on the field and know that, okay, we can let Mercedes Lewis behind us like a yard from the back of the end zone, because we know he's not the most gifted athletically, that he can kind of be toe tapping, one-handed catch and toe tapping. I love Mercedes Lewis, but that's not him, folks, at all. No way. So great defense right there by the Cardinals. It's an incomplete pass. Once again, a great strike by Aaron Rodgers just to give him a chance. And unfortunately, that toe just comes out right out of bounds. Unfortunate. But then they have to go to 2nd and goal now because that's an incomplete pass. So let's watch what they do on 2nd and goal. Once again, making them work for it. It's a play-action pass. And Aaron Rodgers throws this ball way behind and could have been picked. This could have been picked in the end zone, folks. Unfortunately, the defender couldn't hang on to it. And we're going to get a better look here. Let's go to this next replay. Is it here? Oh, yeah, we'll get a great look right here. Number 7, Murphy. I mean, that should have been a pick. Well done by the Packers receiver to turn into a defender and kind of tip the ball away. But once again, well done. The Cardinals making them work for it in the red zone. And that sets up 3rd and goal. Empty backfield here by Aaron Rodgers. Let's see what he can do with it here. Aaron Rodgers dropping back to pass and tries to hit a fade. And once again, this Cardinals defense making Aaron Rodgers put the ball 1,000,000,000% on the money for a chance to have a completion in the red zone. Here we go, nothing open here, and Aaron Rodgers puts it really well. I mean, he puts it real well right there. Unfortunate, good defense by the defender there, all over him. I don't think this should have been called for pass interference. It wasn't, but we see Matt LaFleur kind of jumping on the sideline, being like, oh, that's pass interference. I think this is great defense down here in the red zone, and unfortunately, I believe that's Randall Cobb could not bring the ball in, and that's why they have to settle for the field goal right there. So once again, we get this Packers team, Aaron Rodgers looking good on some plays, the defense kind of crowding it, and I want to bring this back to last season. I mean, that's what killed this Packers team in the playoffs, not getting it done in the red zone. And now here they are against another really good team defensively, offensively, just an overall really great team in the Cardinals, and still a little kind of hit and miss here in the red zone. Not 100% on the money. Aaron Rodgers, the play calling, all that, just not all lining up, even though we get glimpses of Aaron Rodgers. I mean, these 2 throws right here in the red zone, these were really good passes by Aaron Rodgers. Just unfortunately, the overall team not scoring in the red zone. They've got to do a little bit better of a job. Let's get these numbers in perspective here. Let's see what Green Bay has been doing. Once again, I don't think these numbers are reflective of what happened last night. But Green Bay in the red zone, they've been in the red zone 24 times. They score on 79% of the trips, but only on 58% do they score a touchdown. So once again, having to settle for field goals basically on kind of like a 50-50 pace right here. And once again, exactly what we saw. 4 trips, 2 touchdowns, 1 field goal, 1 no-pointer. So we still could buy this Packers team. We're going to probably buy this Packers team as much as we can. But we have to kind of know the red zone could still potentially not be their friend right here. And if they do lose this season, it's really going to come down to these red zone trips, especially since the way this Packers team is winning this season by all scrappy, close games, never really blowing it out. Games are going to come down to, did you score in the red zone all times, or did you have to settle for field goals on the majority of the time? That's what this Packers team is going to come down to for the most part. And we saw them a little bit flounder here on the road against the Cardinals. So 3 great lockups right there by this Cardinals defense, and the Packers have to settle for a field goal. All right, now here we go. Another red zone trip. This one results into a touchdown. Is this the touchdown one, or is this I think this is, hey, did they have 2 they had 2 turnover on drives in the red zone. Fantastic. By the Cardinals defense. But here we go. I believe this is another. No, this is a touchdown one. This is a touchdown one. I apologize. All right, this is touchdown drive here in the red zone, but let's see how they have to work for it here, folks. Here we go. Aaron Rodgers, they're up 3 here, 10-7 in the 3rd quarter, and they're at the 14-yard line of Arizona. Aaron Rodgers hands off the ball. It picks up good yardage there, 7 yards. Now 2nd and 3, but they're ready to lock up again here. Once again, field starts to shrink the more yards you get here in the red zone. Now we get second and 3 from the 7-yard line. Here we go. Aaron Rodgers in the shotgun. Cardinals defense ready to lock up. Motion before the snap, and it's Aaron Rodgers shorting this ball once again. Aaron Rodgers not being 100% here in the red zone. And folks, what we've been talking about for like the last 20 minutes right here, it's so, what I'm saying is so, it's not so minuscule, but I'm obviously not weighing this like 1,000%. I'm not saying this Packers team is trash, folks, by saying that they struggle a little bit in the red zone. And I'm not saying this Cardinals team is so amazing in the red zone. But what we're seeing here is Aaron Rodgers, once again, not 100%. And when you're facing great teams, when the games are on the line, big games, Aaron Rodgers, he talks about himself as kind of the greatest quarterback of all time. The fans think that Aaron Rodgers is the greatest quarterback of all time. So this is the context that we're putting it into. This is what we need to expect the greatest quarterback of all time to do. Be 1,000,000,000%, not even 1,000,000,000,000. I'll go 1,000,000,000% accurate in the red zone, not maybe in every game, but in the games that truly matter, the big games. Once again, Aaron Rodgers not getting it done in the red zone last year in the NFC Championship game, folks, and against the best team in the NFL coming into the game, the Cardinals. Once again, a little, we're not saying it's big, folks, it's a little bit not getting it done. And we put it into context where he's talked about as the greatest of all time. So we expect this to be better than what it was, because here we go on 2nd and 3. He shorts this ball. This is on Aaron Rodgers. Just a quick flip, and he underthrows this ball by a yard or two, and the receiver can't even catch it. This is a wide receiver screen, and the only thing that quarterbacks can do on screens, wide receiver screens, running back screens, tight end screens, is put the ball on the money to give the receiver a kind of a jump start to go forward. You just have to place the ball accurate here, and here's Aaron Rodgers not getting it done. Which brings up 3rd and goal. Let's see what this Cardinals defense does. Here we go. 3rd and 3 from the 7-yard line. Do the Cardinals have one good stop in them? Motion. They're going to hand off this ball, and boom, they're right there. No yard gain. Brings up 4th and 3. Now the Packers are going to get this one on 4th and 3, but once again, this Cardinals defense in the red zone making you work for it. This is not an easy out here at all. If you're going to put up points here on this Cardinals defense, you're going to work for it. And if it has to take you 4 plays to get kind of 10 yards, that's just unfortunate. It's hard to stop one play, folks. 4 straight when in high pressure filled situations, not getting it done every single time, but getting it done kind of 50-50. That's a great start. Absolutely. Here we go. Aaron Rodgers on 4th and 3. Let's see what he does here. Here we go. He's just going to call a timeout. Unfortunate. Timeout there. Clock was running down. All right, here we go. Now back to 4th and 3. Aaron Rodgers. Boom, a perfect pass right here. And once again, this is what we get with Aaron Rodgers. We know he's great. We're not saying he's trash. What we're critiquing is just, I don't want to call it nitpicky. I'm really not nitpicking. It's still something that we are seeing out here. But we're only really focusing heavy on this because it's Aaron Rodgers, the greatest of all time. And if y'all throw that word around like it doesn't mean anything, like it has no weight. Folks, there can only be one greatest quarterback of all time, folks. And so far it should be Tom Brady, but y'all want to say it's Aaron Rodgers. Aaron Rodgers flounders a little bit here in the red zone. Yes, he can still get it done, but folks, it's not every single time. And it's kind of 50-50. It's really kind of 50-50 here in the red zone. So Aaron Rodgers, a good ball right here. It's low and away exactly where it needs to be on 4th and 3, and they pick up the first down. And then on the next play, bringing up a new set of downs here on 1st and goal. I think they score on the 1st and goal play. Let's see how they do it. All right, here we go. Aaron Rodgers in the shotgun. Here we go. Snaps it. Play action fake, and then boom, a great ball right here to Randall Cobb in the back of the end zone, kind of a back shoulder fade, and this is good defense still by this Cardinals team. Really, this ball wasn't really that wide open. We see the corner looking back toward the ball right here in great position, but then he turns his head at the last second, takes his eye off the ball, and his arm comes about 2 inches away from not hitting this ball. So once again, this was still good defense by the Cardinals, just a really great throw by Aaron Rodgers, and a little bit of a bad play by the corner at the last second. We'll get a better angle look, and then this is where the famous meme image of Aaron Rodgers is coming from. But I mean, just look at this. His arm is literally just an inch away because he takes his eyes off the ball at the very last second, folks. Let me see if I can pause this at the exact moment right here. We'll try one more time. Here we go. Just look at it, and then the ball just right past his arm right there. Great catch there by Randall Cobb, and they do give up the touchdown there on that red zone drive. Now let's go to this next one. I believe they score a touchdown on this drive as well. Is this a touchdown? Let me double check. This is a touchdown drive. Yes. Okay. So here they go. 1st and 10 from the 10 in the red zone. Here we go. What do they look like? Aaron Rodgers under center. And he just has to throw this ball away to no receiver. Throws it in the back of the offensive lineman. Once again, great job by this Cardinals defense. Now we get 2nd and 10, making them work for it. Here we go. Aaron Rodgers set up screen and a great rally to the ball right there to really only give up 3 yards. Great defense by the Cardinals, setting up a 3rd and 5 from about the 5-yard line. All right, we're at the end of the 3rd quarter, start of the 4th quarter right here. And let's watch this play. Here we go, 3rd and 5, once again, making them work for it. Aaron Rodgers throws this ball amazing right here. And unfortunate, there was a small window right there that the Cardinals just didn't cover. It's Randall Cobb over the middle of the field. And Aaron Rodgers sees it and puts it right on the money. Boom, just a half a step behind again. But still, overall, real tight coverage. Number 7 getting burned again right here. Unfortunate night. And 2 unfortunate plays by the man. But once again, making them work for it. And then the best one right here. Here we go at the end of the game. Packers on the 1-yard line. They're up 3. They want to ice out this game. 1st and goal from the 1. Aaron Rodgers under center. What do? They hand it off and they call touchdown on the field. And this one was real controversial. I will kind of agree. I don't know how you overturn this one. There is no clear-cut evidence. I think this replay is kind of the replay that you get the best look at, but then you can't really gauge the distance. So you do see his butt hit the ground right now. He's down, but you can't see where this ball is in relation to the goal line. You can't overturn this call, really, but they do. They said, hey, he fell short. So once again, 1st and goal from the 1. This Cardinals defense steps up big. Give them credit. The call was reversed. That's what the ruling was. That's what our thinking has to be. Very well done there. So now it brings up 2nd and goal. 2nd and goal from the 1. Here we go. This Cardinals defense ready to make another stop. Aaron Rodgers under center. They hand it off, and this time, not close, not controversial, did not get in. Another great stop there by the Cardinals defense. Sets up 3rd and goal. Here we go. 3rd and goal. And then once again, Aaron Rodgers right here. A little bit of a miscue in the red zone. Play clock is winding down. The receivers not getting set right, and he just kind of walks away. And has a little bit of, well, what do you want me to do? We've got no timeouts. I'm not going to snap this ball. They take the delay of game and now set up 3rd and 5, or 3rd and goal from the 5-yard line. So Aaron Rodgers making it hard on himself now. Once again, Aaron Rodgers not 100% great here in the red zone. And here we go. He's going to take off and run with it right here, answering all of our questions. Remember, all of this offseason when we've been breaking down Aaron Rodgers' playoff performances, never really seeing him take off with it in the red zone, even though there was plenty of opportunities to do so. And even last year in the NFC Championship game, some opportunities of him just to tuck it and run it instead of trying to, force it in like a 1% window that would lead to a pass completion for the touchdown. And he didn't run with it. And now we finally get him running with it here. And he comes up a yard short, a half a yard short right there, which brings up 4th and goal. 4th and goal. Look at Aaron Rodgers. He tried his damnedest. I give him credit for the try right there. Comes up just a half a yard short. Once again, great rally by the Cardinals defense. And now it sets up 4th and goal, and they decide to go for it. Was Aaron Rodgers chirping in Matt LaFleur's ear, some things that can affect that decision? Obviously, Aaron Rodgers going on Jeopardy and saying, hey, we shouldn't have kicked the field goal right there in the playoffs. We get Aaron Rodgers potentially could be walking out the door of Green Bay. So Matt LaFleur, was he trying to make Aaron Rodgers happy? I don't think this is the smartest decision. Take the points, make it a 6-point lead, make the Cardinals score a touchdown to win the game. But they don't do that. They trust Aaron Rodgers. Once again, not 100% getting it done in the red zone, folks. Once again, take it with context of who we're talking about. Obviously, we're not going to hold Teddy Bridgewater or Who are the Daniel Jones, Zach Wilson, Trevor Lawrence, Joe Burrow quite yet. We're not going to hold them to really even Dak Prescott or Kyler Murray quite yet, or Lamar Jackson quite yet. We're not going to hold them to this high of a standard because they're not in the greatest of all time category argument right now, folks. Take it into context. Everything is nuanced. Not everything applies to every single situation, every single player, every single team. There is some nuances here. Here we go. Aaron Rodgers, highly regarded as the greatest of all time. This is why we're kind of going down into the nitty-gritty. But here we go. 4th and goal. Aaron Rodgers. Shotgun. Aaron Rodgers in the shotgun on 4th and goal. Why not just hand it off from under center? But they have it. Aaron Rodgers, a little bit of a kind of a maybe play action read option right here. He fakes the give to the running back, pulls it down quickly. You've got some receivers on the goal line, but Aaron Rodgers tries to flick it up. But once again, great defense by the Cardinals to bat the ball down. No chance at a completion right there. Once again, great job overall in this game by the Cardinals defense. They make you work for it in the red zone, folks. So those are our two big takeaways in this game. This red zone defense for the Cardinals is very, very good, folks. Why we have high buyability, believability, bettability in this Cardinals team overall. We already know the offense is fantastic. Kyler Murray is looking fantastic. DeAndre Hopkins, fantastic. AJ Green, for the most part, this season has been fantastic, except for the last play of this game, unfortunately. And Aaron Rodgers, still a little bit of 50-50. A lot of miscues by him on this kind of 4 drives in the red zone. Yes, they were still able to come away with touchdowns. We understand that. That's how great Aaron Rodgers is. But if he wants to kind of be regarded as the greatest of all time, if he wants to get back to the Super Bowl, you've got to clean it up really passing wise, schematic. I'm not going to put this all on Aaron Rodgers right here. Also not having his full complement of wide receivers, but still at the end of the day, we need to score touchdowns in the red zone, and they left a couple of points here on the board. So overall, a great entertaining game that came right down to the wire here. Packers win 24-21 over the Cardinals, hand them their first loss of the season. Should the Cardinals have lost this game? They really shouldn't have lost it. Well done by the Packers of making the plays and taking what the offense gave them. Hey, the offense gave him that free ball. He took it. Fantastic. Packers get the win, and we will definitely increase them because this was still an overall great performance by the Packers. I'm not saying this is a bad performance, folks. Everything is not just black and white and being like, well, I said some negative things about Aaron Rodgers today, I must be 100% off the Packers. No, folks, and y'all know that's not what I'm saying because that's what I'm telling y'all I'm not saying, so please, y'all relax on me. Alrighty. So that was Thursday Night Football from last night. Great, entertaining game. And, Aaron Rodgers, after the game, told Kyler Murray, hey, we'll see you in the playoffs. Now, that I don't think I love by Aaron Rodgers. It's like, okay, you kind of got bailed out in this game. And now, they probably will see each other in the playoffs. But, Aaron Rodgers, you better be ready for next game in the playoffs. If you do see him there, you better be ready to ball out there to win that game. So, Packers get the 24-21 win. Alrighty, now let's head over to our official picks of this week, folks. We predicted and reacted to these lines last night on the show, and we found some real great value. We slept on these lines, and we are ready to give you our best picks of this week, folks. Let's remind y'all what we did last week. Our 3 locks were Dolphins plus 2.5. They lose by 2. That's a win, folks. Half a point hooks finally coming away for Takes by Fans. Fantastic, finally. We had Titans plus 5, and don't even get me started on that one. I will go in a rage, and we're already going to go in a rage already because what y'all did last night, I can't even forgive y'all what y'all did last night, but y'all will understand what y'all did last night when I tell y'all what y'all did last night. But we had Titans plus 5 last week. They win by 24. Plus 5, plus 24. Sheesh. Fantastic. And then we had the Panthers minus 2.5. Fools on us. I mean, the one time we bet Sam Darnold lets us down big time. We put him in our lock section. They lose by 22. And we had a minus 2.5. We will never make that mistake again, folks. And then in our 99% guarantees, we had Raiders minus 2.5. They win by 11. That was fantastic value. We had 49ers minus 4.5. They lose by 12 in the pouring rain. Unfortunate. And then we had the Jets plus 6.5, and they lose by 41. I had to do the math because they put up 53 points, folks. The Patriots did in you lose by 41, and we were only getting 6.5. Yikes. But Zach Wilson went down. Unfortunate. We bet on him. We bet on him solely. We took that game solely because we were believing in Zach Wilson, and he gets knocked out of the game. Unfortunate. So officially, we went 3-3 for the week. Unofficially, we're not going to count the Jets game because Zach Wilson went down. We're not going to count the 49ers game because it was a torrential downpour. We'll take responsibility for the Panthers. So unofficially, we went 3-1. Which is pretty good. So, we go by unofficial. We go by unofficials here. So let's get cracking on this week on what's looking tasty and appetizing and enticing to us and what we are going to be betting on this week. So we do 6 picks overall, 3 picks in our lock section. You can bet whatever you want. These will hit. Did you not just hear what we did last week in our lock section? We went 2-1. So bet whatever you want. These are locks, folks. And then in our 99% guarantees, we do 3 picks in those as well. We feel very, very confident about those picks. We could potentially see maybe one thing going wrong that derails the bet, but overall, we are still feeling very, very good about them. So let's start here with our locks, and maybe one of the best values of the week right here. One of the best, not the best, but one of the best. Our first pick in our lock section, we're going to take the Falcons -3. This is a new Falcons team. We're starting to see the turnaround offensively. The defense still needs to shore up a little bit right here, but we don't think it's going to be a problem this week because of who they're facing. They're facing the Panthers on the road. Are we really going to believe the Panthers are finally gonna get it done? No Christian McCaffrey still this week. So yeah, Sam Darnold will still flounder. I mean, this man is looking absolutely not very good. And it's not just Sam Darnold, folks. Remember, Wednesday film study, we kind of figured out the problem. It's the entire offense. It's the play calling. It's the receivers. It's Sam Darnold, all not on the same page. And they're looking very, very bad. I don't think they get it done this week. And we only have to swallow 3 here in Atlanta. And that's just because they're at home. Absolutely. This offense is getting it going. They're starting to use Kyle Pitts even more. Matt Ryan is kind of getting it done in the clutch, which we haven't really seen in a long time. These last 2 weeks, he's really been kind of stepping up in the situations that he needs to 100%. So for that, we shout it out. And then could we talk about Cordero Patterson, folks? The running back here for this Falcons team now has Arthur Smith, who, worked with Derrick Henry, and Cordero Patterson, who's never made anything of himself as a running back. Folks, we can bring up his stats quickly. Cordero Patterson. I mean, I want to say the most rushing yards he ever had in a season was like 200. Let's quickly see what he's done all career long. Rushing yards. We're just going to go from 2013 to 2020. He had 158, 117, 15, 43, 121, 228, 103, 232. No, those are not single game totals, folks. Those are season-long totals. Season-long totals. I know for Derrick Henry, those are single game totals. So he's never been a running back. He's never even really been that great wide receiver either. Let's tell y'all his receiving yards for every season, starting from 2013 going to 2020. 469, 384, 10, 453, 309, 247, 83, 132. So he's never been a receiver. He's never been a running back. He's just been kind of a little bit of a gadget player. But this season, he is getting it done. Arthur Smith is truly figuring out how to use Cordero Patterson, and he is having his best season. He has 233 rushing yards so far this season, which is 1 yard more than his best season. And it's only been 6 games, folks. It's only been 6 games, and he already has his single season rushing record. And he already has 296 receiving yards as well. He has in total 529 yards so far this season through 6 games. What does he have overall? These are his overall total yards for the entire season, folks, from 2013 to 2020. 627, 501, 25, 496, 430, 475, 186, 364. In this season, like we just said, 529. He is already breaking every single season of total yards. He's already breaking every other season besides his rookie year, and he's on track to break that. He only needs 100 more yards and has 11 more games. We think he can get it done. So shout out to Arthur Smith, utilizing Cordero Patterson exactly how he needs to. Shout out to Matt Ryan for getting it done, and Kyle Pitts truly emerging right here. This Panthers offense is pathetic, while this Falcons offense is rising over these last 2 weeks. We are back buying this Falcons team. Falcons -3. Love the value right here. We thought it was going to be, we predicted the line at Falcons -7 when we talked about this game. And now we only have to swallow 3. We will absolutely do that 100%. Great value here. Falcons -3. I love this bet. Alrighty, now time for the most disrespect I've ever seen, folks. 3 straight weeks of utter straight-up disrespect for this Titans team, and we are going to take the Titans +3. Now, if you've listened to the show last night, you may be thinking, well, weren't the Titans +2 last night? Yes, they were. From about 7 o'clock last night to about 11 a.m. this morning, y'all bet this line up to Titans +3. You know how you get to Titans +3 from Titans +2 in less than 24 hours, less than 24 hours. Everybody's betting the Colts -2. Everybody's on the Colts, and now y'all have inflated the Titans value. Thank y'all. Thank y'all for giving us even better value, and we are definitely going to be taking the great value of Titans +3. We've taken the Titans +6. We've taken the Titans +5 over the last 2 weeks, and they have won outright on both of them. And now they're on the road against this Colts team, and you still want to give them Titans +3? Okay, we told y'all last night we are ready to bankrupt Vegas. Takes by Fans will single-handedly bring down the empire that is betting in Vegas. We are ready for the challenge. We do our due diligence. We've seen it, and we know what's going to happen. This Titans team blows out the Colts. They win outright. We get them +3, and like I said, I know this kind of studio looks exactly like the studio from what we've been doing this last year and a half so far over here at Takes by Fans, but this is just a picture behind me. I'm actually out in the wild right now, folks. I'm homeless. I have my home up for auction right now because I'm getting more money to bet Titans +3 to bankrupt Vegas. So yes, I am in the wild right now. There are tigers and bears all over here. I'm scared for my life, but I'm ready to cash in, baby. Titans +3 is utter disrespect. 3 straight weeks of Vegas disrespecting the Titans, and we cannot let it stand anymore, folks. Hammer, 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 Titans +3. I told y'all to bet Titans +2 last night, and y'all turned around and bet Colts -2. That's disrespectful as heck, folks. What are y'all doing out here? Disrespecting me. Vegas is disrespecting them. It's me and the Titans. Ride or die to the end. Titans +3, amazing value, folks. This Colts offense is nothing good. They beat the 49ers in a downpour because the 49ers turned the ball over 4 times. They won 2 weeks ago because they had 3 plays that went big. That was it against the Texans. They didn't beat the Texans. The Texans defense gave up 3 big shot plays, and that's all they won. And T.Y. Hilton is questionable for this Colts team, and y'all still want to give the Titans +3 points on the road. Absolutely utter disrespect, and I will not let y'all stand for it anymore, folks. I am hanging the entire reputation of Takes by Fans. That's also in the Bet with Vegas. It's my house. It's the show. It's my identity. I've made an agreement that I have to go off the grid, and you will never hear from me if we lose this bet here of Titans +3. So everything is on the line here for me. And I hope y'all can see the confidence that I have and to kind of tail our bet here. Titans +3, folks. When will the disrespect end? We don't know, but we'll cash in until it does. Still disrespect, still cashing in. Titans +3. All right, and then our last pick in our lock section, and you've heard me right. I'm putting this game in our lock section, baby. I'm loving what we're seeing week by week with this Jaguars offense overall. We still don't like Urban Meyer, but what this Jaguars team is doing, we are getting behind it. We are taking the Jags +4 here on the road against the Seahawks. All right, this Jags team coming off of a bye, off of that great London win. Trevor Lawrence leading his team down the field when he needs to in the big instances, big moments of that game, making some big time throws out here. Like we said, Trevor Lawrence is the best rookie quarterback of this year's draft class. No debate. The Seahawks team with Geno Smith. We've seen Geno Smith a couple of times, always close right here. These games always come to the wire. And what happens? Geno Smith has the ball in his hands, and somehow he loses the game. Throws an interception, fumbles, can't move the ball. They lose all 3 of their games with Geno Smith at the helm. So this is just going to be a close game. Geno Smith can't even move the ball. They couldn't even move the ball last week where they only put up 3 points. So this Jaguars team coming off the bye, hopefully Urban Meyer has treated this team right off of a bye. Urban Meyer's first bye. Once again, we just heard, kind of had the narrative discussion of Robert Saleh last week, first-time head coach coming off of a bye. This is a chance to kind of start your legacy coming off of a bye. We all know the big Andy Reid stat of always great off of the bye, winning and covering the spread. Bill Belichick, kind of the same thing there, coming off of a bye. So with Urban Meyer, first time coming off of a bye here, let's see how he sets the tempo. If he kept this Jaguars team together after the London win, because that was their first one of the season. It was celebratory. They were all joyful because they finally won a game, and we're not blaming them. Obviously, you win a game, you're going to celebrate. So this Jaguars team can start building on that first win, and they had 2 weeks to prepare for Geno Smith. We think the defense can get it done. We think the offense can get it done, and we're getting plus 4 points. You feel comfortable swallowing 4 points with Geno Smith, who can't move the ball right here and doesn't even target DK Metcalf. That's why when we just talked about the Thursday night football game from last night, go to your weapons. Geno Smith was not utilizing DK Metcalf last week. He had 2 targets. What are we doing out there? What are we doing? So Jaguars plus 4. I think it's great value right here. The Seahawks aren't going to blow out this Jaguars team. Jaguars on rest. Watch out for Trevor Lawrence to truly start to now he's got kind of that first kind of quarter of the season under his belt. He had 2 weeks to watch film of himself to see what he can clean up, and let's see how he does after the bye. I'm loving the Jaguars here, and we get 4 points. I think it's great value. I think they win outright. I'll take the Jaguars plus 4. So our 3 locks this week are Falcons minus 3, Titans plus 3, and Jaguars plus 4. Getting some real great value in all of these games right here. Getting points and not having to swallow too many. This is exactly what we were looking for, and we got it last night. Fantastic. Falcons minus 3, Titans plus 3, Jaguars plus 4, folks. Alrighty, now let's head over to our 99% guarantees. Alrighty. Alright, our first pick in our 99% guarantees, we've gone from this team being a bonus bet to ours to officially making our official top 6 picks here. And our first pick is going to be the Bengals minus 11. Bengals on the road against the Jets. No Zach Wilson. Are we going to believe in Mike White or James Morgan, whoever's going to be quarterbacking here for the Jets? Of course not. In this Bengals team, this is the time to show that they can move the ball consistently, score consistently throughout an entire game without having a shot play, a play that breaks big to really kind of get them going. This is the game to truly prove that this is a good offense and not just kind of a one-time big play offense that kind of wins the game here. We saw that against the Packers. They got down a little big, a little two possession right there. They hit Jamar Chase. It goes big. They're right back in it. Now we saw it last week against the Ravens. A big shot play that goes to Jamar Chase. It breaks big. And that game was still close last week against the Ravens and the Bengals. This time there's really no good in this Jets team, coaching, defense, offense. They just gave up 53 points to the Patriots, folks. 53 points. This Bengals offense is ready to keep rolling. The defense will not allow a backup quarterback to do anything. So we will be swallowing 11 points here by the Bengals. Why we had this in our 99% guarantees is just because there is an instance where the Bengals just kind of come down to earth a little bit. The media's hyping them up. We've been hyping them up. Everybody's hyping them up. They may overlook this Jets team a little bit and maybe a backdoor cover because we are talking about 11 points right here, but we just can't be afraid. We have to live and die by it. This is great value. We don't have to swallow 14 or 16 or 17 or 20 or even 30 because, like I said, the Jets lost by 41 points last week. So, theoretically, Vegas could be Bengals minus 30, and that would still not be disrespectful to the Jets. That'd be kind of right on par of where the line really should be. So, we're going to take the Bengals minus 11 here and ride and die by the result, but we feel very, very good that the Bengals don't overlook this game and get it done throughout all 4 quarters. Bengals minus 11. Alrighty, next pick up here is going to be Bucks minus 4.5. I love this value. We thought we were going to have to swallow 9.5 when we predicted the line, and now it's only minus 4.5. What is this Saints offense going to do? What are they going to do? Are they going to dink and dunk like they've been doing all season and not air it out? Because if they do, the Bucks defense is just going to press and not allow you to do anything, and that's going to result into some good field position for the Bucks. Whether it's turnovers, whether it's, forcing punts because from like their own 20-yard line because the Saints can't move the ball. The Saints don't move the ball, folks. This offense does not move the ball. I get that they're 4-2, but they don't move the ball. They don't move the ball. And how do you win in this game? You have to move the ball. The Bears couldn't move the ball at all last week. What happened? A blowout win for the Bucks. And we only have to swallow 4.5 here on the road here. Jameis Winston's first game against this Bucks team. You don't think Bruce Arians wants to kind of be like, yeah, I made the right decision of getting rid of you for Tom Brady? You don't think Bruce Arians is going to kind of coach up this game? You don't think Tom Brady is going to go to bat for Bruce Arians? Bruce Arians went to bat for Tom Brady last season to win a Super Bowl. First time on a new team, first year away from Bill Belichick. You don't think kind of Bruce Arians like, hey, Tom, I need you to step up a little bit big for me like I stepped up big for you coaching-wise and getting all the pieces here last season. I need you to kind of repay me because I'm going against Jameis Winston, my former quarterback. You were going against your former head coach, and I made you win your Super Bowl. Year one, you got to step up and blow out Jameis Winston for me because, that was my decision to get rid of Jameis and bring you in. So I need you to kind of, I had your back, you had my back, and Tom Brady's like, oh, of course, I'm up for the challenge. Absolutely. I appreciate you. Now I'm cemented as the greatest of all time because of you. I'll step up this game even better than I've been doing these last, year and a half so far for Tampa Bay. So I'm loving I think this is great value. We don't have to swallow that many points. We get it under the 7 points of the Bucks win by 7. We're bingo, bango, golden right there. I just don't see the Saints team moving the ball on this Bucks defense. And Jameis Winston maybe kind of tries to do a little bit too much to kind of, win against his former team and all that. So Bucks only minus 4.5. It's Tom Brady and company. This Bucks defense eats the Saints offensive line. This Saints team is not good, folks. We kind of called this Eagles team what are they, 2-4? We kind of call them the best 2-4 team that there is. And I'm going to say this right now, that this Saints team is the worst 4-2 team in the league, folks. The Bucks are better than them at 6-1. The Green Bay Packers are better than them at 6-1. The Cardinals are better than them at 7-1. The Rams are better than them at 6-1. The Cowboys are better than them at 5-1. The Titans are better than them at 5-2. I would even say the Colts are better than the Saints at 3-4. The Bills are obviously better than them at 4-2. The Raiders are better than them at 5-2. The Chargers are better than them at 4-2. The Chiefs are better than them at 3-4. The Bengals are better than them at 5-2. The Baltimore Ravens are better than them at 5-2. The Browns are better than them at 4-3. I take the Browns over than the Saints. And I also take the Steelers at 3-3. Their offense is trash too. I take the Steelers over the Saints offense any day of the week, folks. We only have to give it 4.5. I'm loving it. Bucks minus 4.5. And then our last pick of the week and our last pick in our 99% guarantees, we're going Patriots +4, folks, here. Some good value getting 4 points here. We know how Bill Belichick does defensively, just absolutely shut down Zach Wilson in the Jets offense last week. This Chargers team just got blown out by the Ravens. They had a bye. They're coming off of the bye. So they could be, Brandon Staley and Justin Herbert could have kind of truly gotten into the nitty gritty here of what the Patriots are going to throw to them, and maybe they do blow out the Patriots. I don't think that happens, but that is why we have this in our 99% guarantees. Chargers are coming off of a bye, but we get Bill Belichick going against still young Justin Herbert. And wasn't this last season, Patriots versus the Chargers, wasn't that like the 45-0 game where they shut out the Chargers? I think it was. Should we double check? Should we double check to see what Bill Belichick did to Justin Herbert last season? Let's do that. Here we go. Let's bring it up. What the overall offense for the Chargers was looking like last season when they had to go a little toe-to-toe with Billy B and company of that defense. So here we go. Here's the game. Here it is. Week 13, folks. Week 13, the Patriots win 45-0. 45-0 against the Patriots. And this was in, I believe, this was in New England. This was SoFi Stadium. This was in LA. How unfortunate. The only thing that changed is that Anthony Lynn is out and Brandon Staley is in. But I mean, the only knock on Anthony Lynn was that he loses a close game. This game was never close. So it's not great for Brandon Staley coming into this game. But I mean, this is what Bill Belichick held Justin Herbert to. 26 of 53. Let's get that completion percentage down. Because that's not good. That's like 54, I would say. Quick math, we're going 54. Is our brain a human calculator? Let's see what we get. We got 54%. Just quick math. And it is, it's even, is that right? What's 26 times 2? 54. Is that right? 26 of 53 is 49%? Is that right? Oh, yeah, it is right. My quick math is wrong. So, okay, that's why we have the calculator here. 49% completion percentage for Justin Herbert. Yikes. 209 yards off of 26 completions, and he threw the ball 53 times. That's dink and dunk. Couldn't go down deep. No touchdowns, 2 interceptions, 3 sacks. Oh, my goodness. Didn't fumble the ball, but still threw 2 interceptions. And they won with Cam Newton. They put up 45 points with Cam Newton doing this. 12 of 19 for 69 yards, passing 1 touchdown. That's what they did. Cam Newton also rushed for 48 yards. So you're telling me Mac Jones can't put up more than 100 yards of offense? I think they can. Bill Belichick can shut down this Chargers team. He knows how to shut down Justin Herbert and company. And like we said, we put this in our 99% guarantees because the Chargers had 2 weeks to prepare for this game. Maybe they come out and win, but I think it's great value, and we can bet on Bill Belichick's defense and the game manager of Mac Jones. Patriots +4 I think is really great value this week. I really think there's some really great values all across the board this week. So those are our first official picks right here. 99% guarantees. Let's recap them. Bengals -11, Bucks -4.5, and the Patriots +4. Let's talk through some of these other values here and why we kind of didn't take them. All right, here we go. Rams at Texans. Like we said, now this spread is up to 15.5 here. And like we said, we just can't buy Davis Mills, and we're not going to swallow 15.5. That's just a little bit too much. Steelers, Browns. Steelers +3 is looking like some good value with this kind of Browns team overall. Still a little banged up, even though most of the starters are going to be playing this week. So Steelers +3.5 I think is really great value. And if we had to do a 7th pick of the week, it would be Steelers +3.5. Eagles, Lions. Eagles -3.5. I think maybe the half a point hook could hurt us a little bit here. That's why we're staying away from it. 49ers, Bears. We don't know what to make of this game. I highly advise to stay away from this one. I don't think it plays out. I don't even know how it plays out. So I don't even know how I think it's going to play out and how it's actually going to play out. But, I mean, we get Justin Fields stinking it up at quarterback. We get the 49ers don't even know what they want to do at quarterback, and there's a 4-point spread. I don't think it's any great value either way. Dolphins, Bills. This Bills team has blown out the Dolphins these last 2 games, so is this the time the Dolphins get the revenge? A 14-point spread, we don't want any part of that. Then we get Washington at the Broncos. Taylor Heineke let us down big time. We're not going to have any faith in betting them +3.5 here and keeping it close. And Teddy Bridgewater has done nothing in these last 4 weeks to kind of constitute us swallowing 3 points. So once again, I would highly advise to stay away from Washington and the Broncos as well. No great value. And then the Cowboys, Vikings. Cowboys now at +3. It seems definitely like Dak's not playing. We kind of see that from the value of the spread here. So I really think we've got all the great value right here, and all the other ones, it's really not good value based on all the circumstances. So we took all the value this week, folks. These are all the value picks. And we love it. So one last time, recap our picks of this week. Falcons -3, Titans +3, Jags +4, Bengals -11, Bucks -4.5, and the Patriots +4. Alrighty, that is going to do it for us today, folks. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. We are back live tomorrow, noon Eastern, where we will look at the Machines picks again. We'll kind of talk it through. We'll also potentially set some bars this week. Do we have any matchups that we need to set bars on? Davis Mills, we're not going to set a bar on him. We may set a bar on Baker Mayfield since he's kind of back in the last time he kind of was out was against he was out on the field was against the Cardinals. So we have to kind of set a bar again this week to kind of see, alrighty, he just had a stinker. We're not going to kind of put too much faith in that stinker or too much weight into that stinker because it was against the Cardinals defense. So we may have to set a new bar for Baker Mayfield this week. I want to set a bar for the Eagles offense in total. Set a bar for Justin Fields to try to see if we can start buying this man again because we haven't really seen anything great by him. Definitely set a bar for Sam Darnold. We'll set a bar for Tua. So we'll set some bars this week as well as we kind of go through these games. And once again, we'll see what the machines say about the best value of the week, the Titans +3. So we'll watch that video like we do on Saturdays. We'll see if there's anything else. There's some stories we got to talk about that we just couldn't fit in through the week. So we got that all tomorrow and then our NBA 10 and all that. Let's quickly see anything breaking here. Any breaking news? Anything? We got the trade deadline coming up next Tuesday at 4 Eastern. I don't really see any big trades happening. Deshaun Watson will not get dealt, folks. And that seems to be it. Nothing else is breaking, so we can get out of here. Alrighty, folks. That's going to do it for us today. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for listening. Come join us again tomorrow, live, noon Eastern. We will be here. Baker Mayfield is starting this week. Now that is confirmed. Alrighty. Ooh, New Orleans just got Mark Ingram from the Texans. Ooh, Houston acquired a 2024 7th-round pick for Mark Ingram. That's a steal. That is a steal. Alrighty, folks. Now we are out of here. Jadeveon Clowney, OBJ are both questionable. But Mayfield is good to go. Alrighty, folks. That is it, and we are out of here.